Hey guys, welcome back to Simmer Down. Today I am going to try the feta and tomato challenge, and it's going to be a little twist to it. It's going to be vegan style. The feta is going to be vegan, and I'm going to add other ingredients in there such as spinach and mushrooms and black olives and onions. So let me go wash my hands and get started. Stay tuned. I'm back. So in the middle right there we have the vegan feta cheese and plum tomatoes around it. It's this vegan cheese that I'm using right here, just like feta Violife. Just the whole block I'm going to use to do this challenge. And 1 pint of cherry tomatoes. All right, but we're going to start off by drizzling some EVOO. So from what I remember in the video, they were saying that you need to make sure you have enough oil. I think that's enough. And now I'm going to season the tomatoes and the feta, the vegan feta. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a little bit of seasoned salt. In this bowl I have about a tablespoon of seasoned salt. All right, I'm not going to use it all, probably like a half. All right, and now I'm going to add some basil, chopped basil. I'm just going to sprinkle some. All right. And then next, I'm going to put some oregano. This is dried oregano. I have about a tablespoon here. I like to have a nice taste going. And here I have a tablespoon of granulated garlic. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. All right, just a little bit more. And now I'm just going to use ground pepper. Just sprinkle a little bit on here, all over. All right, so this is how it looks. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to use like a spatula, a silicone spatula, something very soft to like turn the tomatoes. I don't want them to bust before they even get into the oven. All right. But I meant to tell you guys, while I'm seasoning my veggies and cheese, vegan cheese, I have the oven preheated on 375. All right. So let me get the spatula and then I'm going to turn the tomatoes. Okay. So I have the spatula here and I'm turning the tomatoes. I want to make sure that it's getting fully coated with the seasonings that I put on it. The garlic, the sea salt, the oregano, the basil, black pepper. We want to make sure it's fully seasoned. And then we're going to pop it in the oven. So I'm just looking to see where Wet tomato looks dry. I'm just turning it over. Smells good already. All right. So I think I'm done. Now I'm going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. So now I have a saucepan that's being preheated on medium heat. We actually have to start cooking the veggies that I'm going to include in the pasta, which is the onions. We have some mushrooms. We have some peppers, red sweet peppers. And then we also have some roughly chopped spinach that I'm going to include in the pasta. I don't know if you remember that I said it's going to be a little twist and we're going to take it up a notch. That's what I was talking about. And then we also have some fresh squeezed garlic, crushed garlic, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in this frying pan, and I'm going to start off, I think I said onions for this, but this is shallots. Put a little EVOO in there. And then we're going to start cooking the shallots. Just make sure that they're all broken up. We don't want chunky pieces in the pasta. Now the reason why I pick these veggies to go with the pasta, because sometimes when I cook, I just like come up with just meals out of my head. And I'm like, what will go good with this pasta? Feta cheese, tomatoes. Well, on a veggie pizza, we have spinach, we have mushrooms, we have peppers, you know, so why not put it in the pasta? I don't think you can go wrong with that. So that's why I picked it. And I think it's going to taste lovely. I like for my veggies to still have some body to it. All right. Just let it cook a little bit longer. Okay, so I think this is ready to come out. I'm going to now put the mushrooms in the pan. Next, I'm going to do that next. Okay, so now I'm putting the mushrooms. These are Bella mushrooms. You can use whatever mushrooms you like, but I think Bella goes well with this pasta. We're just going to cook this down. Just going to cook this, I would say probably about another 3 minutes. It should start to look a darker tint, like a darker brown. Alright, give it a few minutes. Oh, I'm sorry, this is one large pepper. This is one large pepper, sweet red pepper. And the mushrooms were about a half a pint of mushrooms. I just wanted to take a peek at the tomatoes and the vegan feta, and it's already melting very well. So we have about 8 more minutes and then I'll be taking it out the oven. And I don't know if I told you guys, but it's about 8 ounces of spinach that we're going to be using, which is like half a bag of spinach. Okay, so now the red peppers are in the same bowl with the shallots, the mushrooms, and the red peppers. Now we're going to put the 8 ounces of spinach that I roughly chopped into this pan. You don't have to worry about it, you know, being too full in there because it's going to eventually cook down. Okay. So now that we have the spinach in there, I'm going to sprinkle some pink Himalayan sea salt. This is the tablespoon of sea salt that I had left over from when I seasoned the tomatoes and the feta. Okay. I'm gonna mix it up. Alright, you can see it's cooking down quickly. So now I'm going to put some granulated garlic, half a tablespoon. And now we're going to put some of this fresh garlic in here. This is about 4 cloves of garlic that I crushed. Alright, so the 4 cloves of garlic is in there that I crushed. We don't want more veggies than pasta. We don't want more pasta than veggies. We want it to be a balance. But look at it. It smells amazing. Look at that cheese, guys. It's like completely melted. I don't even have to crumble anything. So just stirring it into the pasta is going to be nice because the pasta that we have is rotini pasta. So that cheesy sauce is going to go all in between the pastas, all in between the pasta. And the spinach is going to also soak up the cheesy sauce as well. Alright, so I don't want to overcook this. I'm about to take this out. I'm going to probably give it another 2 minutes because I don't know if you see this one, this little spinach leaf right here. It looks like it needs to cook a little bit more. Guys, look at this cheese. It is like melted. The tomatoes are nice and soft. You can crush them now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crush every single tomato plum. Alright. I'm going to use this spatula to see if it works. It's soft enough. I have a half a pound of pasta that I already cooked. And it's al dente. I'm going to slowly put it into this sauce. So I'm just going to take a spoon and slowly put it in here because I want to make sure that I'm not putting too much pasta. This is my first time making it, but I know for sure that noodles soak up juice. So whatever sauce that's in here is going to soak it up and it's going to give the noodles flavor. We're going to put black olives, okay? You don't have to, it's optional. But I wanted to keep it just like as if we were eating a veggie pizza. And when you have a veggie pizza, there's black olives, there's peppers and onions and mushroom. All right. I still have some more that I'm going to sprinkle in here. The other veggies that we have cooked, which is this. All right, the peppers, the onions, the spinach. I am going to slowly put this in as well. All right, so I took half of the batch out from the bowl and put it into this pan. And I'm just going to mix this in with what we have here. All right, let me put the rest of the batch in here as well. Okay, so that's the rest of the batch that was in the bowl. There was a little bit of juice from the spinach, but I drained some, and then the other little bit of juice that was left in there, I just poured it in the pasta. But I didn't put too much because I don't want it to overpower the cheese. Okay? I want the cheese to still be able to coat onto the pasta. If you put too much of the spinach juice on it, it's not going to give you that creamy texture. Okay, so we're going to mix this up. A little bit of black pepper, ground black pepper, garlic from the tablespoon that I had initially told you about. We're going to sprinkle it as well because we want the pasta to have some flavor too. And then we're going to mix it. Okay. Can you believe this is vegan? So this is the feta cheese and tomato challenge. I just kicked it up a notch. All right, so now I'm going to give this a try. I have some spinach, black olives, the plum tomatoes, and then at the tip is the sweet red peppers along with the pasta. So let's see how this is going to taste. All right, guys, so now I'm going to give this pasta a try. It is my first time trying it, so let's see how this turned out. All right, so I have a little bit of everything on this fork. Let's see. I taste the fresh basil. I taste the garlic. That plum tomato, although I crushed it, it still gives like a little burst in your mouth. Honey, this thing is fire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you again for joining me today at Simmer Down. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope this recipe is everything that you were looking for. And if you like this channel, please click the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell to notify you when I have new videos out. Until we meet again, enjoy your day and be safe. Take care.